Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. We've been on a pretty good run this week, with every score this week being over 40,000 points. Let's see if we can keep that roll going. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have Usain Bolt. It's definitely Usain Bolt. Now, is this the Olympics? I was hoping that was going to say London, but it doesn't. It says Longines. It's the watch brand. Now, which year would this be if it is an Olympic Games? Oh, does that say Glasgow? I think it might say Glasgow, which would mean the Commonwealth Games were held in Glasgow at some point. I know that, so it might be the Commonwealth Games. Jamaica being a former territory of the UK would make sense, it being in the Commonwealth Games. We do have a lot of people who could definitely be Scottish around, so that would make sense. So I'm going to go Glasgow. I have no idea where the games were in Glasgow. I assume there'll be some kind of Olympic or Commonwealth Park or something like that. I'll have a look around in a minute. Let's just have a look at the year, possible year. Can we see any year noted here? I think that does also say Commonwealth underneath it there. My original thought, Commonwealth Games aren't held on Olympic years, so if I can work out which were Olympic years, we can eliminate those years. Obviously 2008 was Beijing, 2012 was London, so it might be between those times, because I think that was around the time that Usain Bolt was like at its best. So I think maybe 2010 possibly, something like that. Or but no, these phones wouldn't work for 2010. There's too many smartphones around for 2010. So maybe 2014. This looks like possibly like a Samsung Galaxy S4 or something like that. Might work for that time. These are certainly older phones. That looks like iPhone 5 or 6 maybe. Just looking, there's a lot of phones at least. So this woman's even got an old iPad out. I don't know why people would ever take pictures with an iPad, it's insane. But we do still have some point and shoot cameras around as well. In the older generation for sure. So I think 2014 sounds alright. Looking at the age of these cameras, I don't know if it happens to be every 2 years or I can't remember. I don't really pay much attention to the Commonwealth Games. Let's have a quick look around in Glasgow and see where it possibly could be. Satellite view might help me find some stadiums here. Well, we have a football stadium, but I'm sure that's probably either Celtics or Rangers Stadium. Ibrox is Rangers Stadium. I was worried about getting that one wrong. I don't know if they used any of the football stadiums for this, but it doesn't have a running track around this stadium, I don't think, so it's unlikely to be this. Not many UK football stadiums do have running tracks around them. We have another stadium down here. Is this possibly? This one looks like it's wide enough to have a running track around it. And this is Hampden Park. Who play there? I'm not sure. Queen's Park Rangers, maybe, possibly. I've heard the team before. So this is definitely a possibility because we've got what looks like could be a running track around it. Seeing how that grass is cut off there, so we'll put it there for now. Any other stadiums jumping out at me? Is this another one? This looks like another football stadium. There's a lot of stadiums in Glasgow, and this is Celtic Park. This one I can't tell because it's got cover on it, but it doesn't look like it's got a running track because that looks like the edge of the pitch there. Obviously we're not here. I think we're going to have to go with this one and hope we're in the right park. Okay, I think we'll stick with that one. Just going to reassess the year again. Could it be any earlier? not so sure with these phones. There's a lot of phones around and they don't look too old. I'm not seeing any iPhone 4s, although that might be. We'll go for it. 2014. Was 2014 and the right place. Perfect score. I didn't expect that, but that's a good start to the game. Okay. So interesting headdresses these people are wearing. I'm not really sure what country that would be from. We do have a 14 here. And July. Is it 2014? I mean 1914. It's definitely not 2014. We also have Salzburg. So are we in Austria? Salzburg work. Hallstatt. 2014 would put it squarely at the beginning of World War One. Apologize if you heard my dog snoring under the table. Meerschaum. Definitely could be German language. If I go to 1914, this is going to be very far off if it's wrong, but the fact that it says 3 there makes me think 3rd of July 1914. We'll put it there for now and just have a think about it. So we're definitely in Salzburg. 135 meter Seehome. I thought I was going to say Seehome, but is that the elevation? Or is that the number? We also have that here, 135 meter. Is that meters? Meerschaum. So we have the same kind of thing written twice. It's quite strange, these like crossed hammers. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. But let's find Salzburg. It is in Austria, isn't it? Yes, Salzburg, just on the border here. So we'll go here first. Might have a quick look around and see if any of these words jump out at me. Salzburg. See, Salzburg works. I wish I spoke German, it would help. Photograph obviously means photo. Are they miners? No, I'm not sure. Maybe this guy looks like he might be a miner at the front. Possibly are. We have this. Well, I'm going to have a look around. I'll probably skip this. Well, after about 10 minutes of searching, I haven't found anything that looks similar to this. I'm actually thinking that this might mean above sea level, Seehome, something like that. Or below sea level if they're miners. Looking at Salzburg, it's a fairly flat place in the city itself, so I can't see it being... Doesn't look like it's got any huge mountain, so either it's outside on top of a mountain or it's in somewhere in Salzburg, but I don't know also if Salzburg is a region, whether it encompasses this whole region or whether it's just the city itself. But hopefully we won't lose too many points if we just stick it in Salzburg. Now, would 1914 work for this date? Trying to look at the shoes. They look fairly handmade. Clothes, hard to tell because we're all wearing this strange uniform. I think we're going to go for it. We might lose a lot of points here if it's not 1914. Let's go for it. It was 1928. How the hell was it going to get that? Oh, well, there goes our great score. And it was way over here. Did we see anything here? Oh, Hallstatt. Yes, there's Hallstatt. That's a shame. I assume this is mine, maybe. So this must be the 14th of July. It's annoying. I couldn't have probably guessed the year. I wouldn't have guessed 28 best of these clothing anyway, but never mind. Let's keep going. Wow. Here we have a destroyed city here. Is this World War II? World War I, maybe? Let's have a look around. These guys are just chilling out, watching the destruction by the looks of it. We have a huge explosion in the distance. It's not jumping out at me where this could be. And it doesn't look like we've got much language to go off either. We have a fairly large hill. Is this a tram line? Is this ever San Francisco during the earthquake? I don't know. The buildings are quite hard to place as to what country they might be. These kind of ones do remind me a bit more of an American style. But some of these, I'm not so sure on. Just basing that, guess, off the fact that there's a huge hill, and I know San Francisco is an extremely hilly place, and if this is a trolley line, obviously San Francisco is famous for that. Now, if you ask me when the big earthquake in San Francisco was, I have no idea. For some reason, 1912 sticking out in my head again. Even though that was the year I guessed in the last round. Or did I guess 1914 in the last round? It's a lot of destruction, but it doesn't look like a bomb, so definitely could be an earthquake. I've got no language, no flags, no nothing. Can't read this. It's the only thing visible. Well, I'm not getting anything else from this image, so I think I'm going to have to go with San Francisco and just hope and pray that that is what I'm thinking it is. We've got to be in the fairly central area. These places, the grid lines, it's going to be very difficult to pinpoint it, but you can't see the elevation here either. I just wanted to see if the trolley line, if I can find a trolley line that actually runs down the center of the road. Like, this looks like it has a trolley line on it. Yeah, I think it might run down the center of the road. It's hard to tell. Obviously, it's probably changed a bit since then. Have we got any recognizable buildings, like this domed roof or anything like that? I think we'd maybe somewhere like that might be a solid guess, looking down this long road and then the fire down here. Could work. I know this tower sits on a big hill. So it's definitely this hilly area is the right area to be in if it is San Francisco. I don't know why, but 1912 is stuck in my head. I have no idea if that's correct or not, but this clothing could work for 1912. I think we're going to go with it because I haven't got any other ideas. It was 1906 and it was San Francisco, so I don't know where 1912 came from, but yes, it was the earthquake, so it was right there. So overall, not a bad score for that one. That was a very difficult round to get any clues from. Unless you knew of that event and the year that that event took place, it was going to be very difficult. Next round. Okay. We've got a poster of Seinfeld on the wall. I never watched Seinfeld myself, but I know of it, obviously. We're in some kind of coffee shop. Seinfeld, I believe, was based in New York, so are we in New York? Trying to read some of this text up here. It's something of Columbia students. Columbia University, there is a branch in New York. It's been in the news a lot recently with the students taking it over. So could we be in New York? I think we might be. It's going to be very difficult to get a location on this one. I think just because Seinfeld is based in New York, it would make sense, or was based in New York, that they might have visited this restaurant and signed the posters. And the fact that it mentions Columbia students also makes me think that it could be New York. So I'm going to go in that area. We'll go near Columbia University as well, just because of the names. had a round near Columbia University before, so I do know it was roughly in this area. And we have a lot of little cafes down here, like Tom's Restaurant. Could we be in Tom's Restaurant? Who knows? But we'll go there for the location. Any other clues up here? Not really. Can't read that. That would have maybe given me a team name, possibly. The year now, so Seinfeld was during the 90s. Are we in the 90s? Are we like pretty much at the time that the TV show was running? These glasses would suggest we possibly are slightly larger glasses. Not really other clues. The decor looks very old-fashioned. Needs renovating, that's for sure. Just hope we're not in some bizarre, like, Russian place or something like Seinfeld. I just really don't know. We're near Christmas. That doesn't really help us. I'm going to go in the 90s. Obviously, it has to be post when Seinfeld was on TV. So I'm going to say 95. Just go in the middle. It's 97. Oh my god, it was Tom's Restaurant. How the hell is that? That is a very surprising thing. Did not expect that. Almost a perfect score on that one. Wow. That was just a random guess. It just looked like a fun place to be. Okay, now we're not on for a personal best, but we can definitely score over 40,000 points here. Again, we're pretty old here. Just looking off the dress. We have, again, German by the looks of it. Yeah, I would say this is definitely German of some kind. I'm just looking if I can find any place names. It seems to be all the same poster over and over again, stamped on everything. Wagendemolierung. Not really sure what this is, but we have some wagons. What do we have here? I'm not sure. This kind of top hat makes me think we're pretty old here, like very early 1900s, like down here somewhere. What have we got here? Anything? Definitely pre-World War One, that's for sure. And from the really struggling with this one. I think I don't know what this wine means. I wish I knew some German. That would really help me. Is that a date? No. I thought at first that said 1944, but I think that's actually 4944. So hopefully it's definitely not 1944. Regardless, what have we got up here? It's very hard to read this. Is that M-U? This letter, I'm not sure. If that is an N, that could be München, which is Munich in Germany. In German, sorry. I don't know though. It's so grainy. Doesn't really look like it. It looks like a D. München. But I think Munich might be a solid guess, really. It's either probably going to be Munich or Berlin. We'll go in Munich. I think the year is going to be this time. These top hats, especially this one, and there's another guy back here with a top hat, make me think it's pretty old. I don't see any motor vehicles, obviously. Although I think this business has something to do with carts, wagons. So I'm assuming it's pretty old. So let's go with it. It was 1900. Oh, it's in Austria. It was Vienna. That's fine. Not too bad a score there. Let's see what our final score was. 43,286. It's pretty decent. Let's just add that into my spreadsheet. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's do this. Okay, so we're kept above 40,000. Pretty good. Our average score is slowly creeping up. We're above 42,000 now, which is good because I was in the 41,000 for a while. If I can push that up to 43,000, I'd be very happy. And let's have a quick look at the breakdown. So location wise, damn good, and that one was amazing. I've never had a guess that good, to be honest. Perfect in Scotland as well, and 2 in Austria was what got me, that one particularly, but I didn't see any clues to say it was Austria over Germany. Someone can correct me if they saw something. But overall, a good round, not so bad. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.